Hi guys, this is Lady D, and I am so excited to get into the history of the Aiel. They are fierce warriors bound by honor and tradition. They fear no army, no ruler, and no wetlander customs. But the Aiel weren't always the desert-dwelling warriors we know today. Their history is one of survival, betrayal, and transformation. This is the story of the Aiel, where they came from, what they became, and how they changed the fate of the world. Before the Aiel became warriors, they were something else entirely, the Da'shain Aiel. These people followed the way of the Leaf, a strict pacifist philosophy. They served the Aes Sedai during the Age of Legends, acting as caretakers and guardians of powerful relics. Their loyalty to the Aes Sedai was absolute, and they lived in peace until the world shattered. The breaking of the world was exactly what it sounds like: chaos, destruction, and a world reshaped by male Aes Sedai driven mad by the Dark One's take on Sidene. The Da'shain Aiel fled across the land, desperately trying to survive while still clinging to their nonviolent ways. But survival wasn't easy, and as generations passed, the Aiel had to change. As the Aiel struggled to survive in a world torn apart, not all of them could walk the same path. One group moved south, away from the chaos and the violence, hoping to preserve their way of life. These became the Tuatha'an, the traveling people. In their quest for peace, they not only refused to take up weapons, but they also abandoned the gifts given to them by the Aes Sedai, breaking the last remaining ties to their past. They continued to seek the fabled song, believing it would restore harmony to the world. But among those who still carried the duty of protecting the Aes Sedai's gifts, another division arose. Some, who became known as the Jenn Aiel, held firm to the old ways and remained dedicated to fulfilling their ancient purpose. Meanwhile, those who took up weapons to survive became the ancestors of the modern Aiel. The split was now complete, with three distinct paths taken. The Jenn Aiel wandered for centuries, desperately seeking a place to fulfill their purpose. Eventually, under Aes Sedai guidance, they established Rhuidean, a hidden city meant to shape the future of the Aiel. Rhuidean is strikingly similar to Tar Valon, built using the One Power, at least that's one theory. But the Aes Sedai, who accompanied the Jenn, made sure the warrior Aiel who protected them would not forget their past. They visited the wise ones of the Aiel in their dreams, told them of the prophecy of Rhuidean, and arranged a system to maintain cohesion of memory among the Aiel. Using this system, only Sept chiefs chosen to become Aiel clan chiefs and apprentices to the wise ones were allowed to venture into the empty city. There, they would learn the truth of their history in the ter'angreal left for that purpose. All others were forbidden to enter. This system ensured that even as the Aiel became warriors, their true origins would never be completely lost. But the Jenn Aiel could not last. Their numbers dwindled and eventually faded from history, except in the memories revealed in Rhuidean. Guiding all of this, unseen yet deeply involved, was actually Guitar Morso, the same Aes Sedai who later foretold the rebirth of the dragon, setting Rand al'Thor's destiny in motion. Betrayed and hunted by the wetlanders that they once trusted, the Aiel fled into the harshest land imaginable, the Waste. It was there that they would become the warriors we know today. They abandoned the last remnants of the Way of the Leaf, taking up weapons to survive. The Aiel's unforgiving code of honor, ji'e'toh, was born from this struggle, shaping every aspect of their lives. Now, ji'e'toh is the foundation of Aiel life. It governs everything: duty, honor, shame, and obligation. Earth itself translates to honor and obligation, and it dictates how Aiel interact with one another. If you fail, you must meet your toe to regain honor, which could mean anything from performing labor to becoming Gaishen. In fact, one key moment in Avienda's journey illustrates ji'e'toh perfectly. To satisfy her toe, she endures a painful and humbling experience when Bane and Shiad beat her up. It's a defining moment for Avienda as she accepts the consequences of her actions and her commitment to Aiel traditions. One of the most fascinating figures in Aiel history isn't even Aiel. Okay, so this is Lady D from the future. If you don't want any light spoilers, here is where you end the video. We're going to drop a bomb on who Rand's mom is and how she's connected to other people and even other kingdoms in our story. Tigraine Damodred. She was the daughter heir of Andor, but vanished after a prophecy from Guitar Morso, that same Aes Sedai. She told her that if she didn't leave, disaster would follow. She abandoned her throne, became Aiel of the Aiel, and gave birth to Rand al'Thor. She was no ordinary Aiel warrior. She fully embraced their way of life, fighting as a maiden of the spear. Her story bridges the world of the Aiel and the destiny of the Dragon Reborn. Her choice to leave Andor didn't just change her own life, it set the wheel in motion for the rebirth of the dragon. See how she integrated into Aiel society and what she sacrificed, but I think it's unlikely since we're past Rhuidean. From peaceful servants to the fiercest warriors the world has ever seen, the Aiel's history is one of resilience, transformation, and destiny. They were never meant to be what they became, but the world and prophecy had other plans. What do you think of the Aiel's journey? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Wheel of Time lore. And be sure to check out our next video all about Andor's succession crisis that was caused by Tigraine's disappearance. As always, I'm Lady D, and this has been fun. Catch you guys next time!